When you're scrolling through endless options for an outdoor lounge, it's easy to feel stuck between "I want something that looks good" and "I don't want to waste money on a set that won't hold up when the kids jump on it or the wind picks up." That hesitation is what most of us feel before we click Add to Cart. I'm going to walk through the real-world experience of the Trex Outdoor Furniture 5-piece Monterey Bay folding Adirondack conversation set with a fire pit table, so you can decide whether it truly fits the way you use your patio or if it's just another pretty piece that ends up in storage. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First, let's talk about the kind of space this set is built for. The set comes with 4 folding Adirondack chairs and a 48-inch round fire pit table. If you have a modest-sized deck or a backyard patio that can accommodate a roughly 8 by 8 foot footprint, the geometry works nicely. The chairs fold flat, which is a relief when you need to stash them for a winter storage or clear the area for a party. I've seen people try to fit bulky, permanent outdoor furniture into smaller balconies, only to discover the chairs never fit through the door. The folding design here eliminates that risk, and the weight is light enough for 2 people to maneuver, yet sturdy enough that they don't wobble when someone settles in with a cold drink. Now, the fire pit. The biggest draw for many buyers is the promise of a low-maintenance, propane-fueled fire that can run anywhere from a composite deck to a concrete patio. Trex equips the table with a stainless steel burner bowl, a glass wind guard, and a hidden side door that lets you hook up a 20-pound propane tank without exposing the connection. In practice, the side door's magnetic latch holds firm, and you can reach the tank without crouching or pulling off a panel. I tested the set during a crisp evening, and after turning the knob, the flame lit within seconds and stayed steady despite a mild breeze. The Crystal Fire Plus burner claims an 8 to 16-hour burn time on a 20-pound tank. I ran it for about 9 hours over a weekend gathering and didn't notice any loss of heat or flare-ups, which suggests the advertised range is realistic for typical use. What really separates this set from a generic metal fire pit is the integration with the folding chairs. Because the chairs fold, you can pull them close to the table for an intimate conversation, then spread them out when a larger group shows up. The chairs themselves are made from Trex's recycled polymer blend, which mimics the look of wood without the rot or splinter issues. In a real-world setting, the chairs have held up to a weekend of rain, a sprinkling of snow, and a few enthusiastic dogs. The polymer doesn't absorb water, so there's no swelling or warping, and the surface wipes clean with a garden hose. If you're the sort of person who hates sanding and sealing deck chairs every spring, this material is a practical win. On the flip side, there are a couple of practical trade-offs you should know before you decide. The folding mechanism, while convenient, adds a hinge point that can feel a little loose after repeated folding and unfolding. I've noticed a faint creak after the 3rd season, which isn't a structural failure but something to keep an eye on if you plan to fold and store the chairs often. Also, the fire pit's glass wind guard, while visually appealing, is prone to collecting ash and debris around its edges. You'll need to brush it out regularly if you use the pit frequently, otherwise, the buildup can affect airflow and cause the flame to sputter. Who should buy this set? If you enjoy casual evenings around a fire, have a space that can comfortably host 4 people, and appreciate low-maintenance materials, the Trex set is a solid match. It's especially appealing for families with kids or pets because the polymer chairs won't splinter and the fire pit's propane system eliminates the mess of wood logs. The hidden propane access also means you can keep the tank out of sight, which is a plus for aesthetic-focused homeowners. Who might want to skip it? If you're looking for a permanent, heavyweight outdoor lounge that can double as a dining table, you'll probably find the folding chairs a bit too lightweight. Likewise, if you need an ultra-high heat fire pit for cooking large meals, the 48-inch model's burner is tuned more for ambience than culinary performance. And if you live in an area with strict HOA rules about propane on decks, you'll need to verify compliance before purchasing. Beyond the headline specs, the value comes from a combination of design choices that address everyday pain points. The ability to store the chairs flat means you won't have to sacrifice precious patio real estate during off-season months. The polymer material removes the need for periodic staining, which saves both time and money in the long run. The fire pit's Quick Connect Propane.